So we have a conference coming up on the 15th of May next month, predominantly focused on how online can now, at last, compete with TV for TV spend. And this is through particularly the Nielsen OCR product that allows us to validate and to verify GRPs. So when a TV buyer is doing their terrestrial TV, when they're doing their cable, they're able to also put in another line for online and be able to report everything back in the same way, which is very, very important. Up to now, we've had a lot of issues around measurement and talking the same language, and there's been a big disconnect between the two. So for the first time, we're very excited with the introduction of this Nielsen OCR product to be able to give confidence to the agencies and to the trading desks to be able to trade in a way that they're comfortable with. Adapt TV is a technology platform that works with publishers on one side, on the supply side, and works with agencies and trading desks on the demand side. So we provide the technology to allow agencies and trading desks to be able to plan, buy, optimize, all in real time. They can select all of their inventory sources on a site-by-site basis. And in the last year and a half, we've introduced private marketplaces to allow buyers and sellers to be able to trade directly. And so if a trading desk wants to work with a particular publisher, they can actually have a conversation and agree a price, and then use our platform to be able to manage and maintain that buy across all of their video inventory. I think all of the agencies now, to a greater or lesser degree, have got to grips with the programmatic world. They see that it's important. Most of it has been activated and actioned through the trading desks. So the agencies will speak to their trading desk, who will be hiring people, will be employing people with a special skill set who can understand the programmatic world. It's quite complicated. It's not very simple in how it works. So it's up to technology companies like ours to make it as easy as possible, particularly for the buyers and also for the publishers, to be able to enter into this arena, which can be a little bit scary. It's new. It's a new way of doing business. I would say the publishers are by and large more concerned than the buyers. The reason for this is when we look at programmatic buying in display, it's eroded prices quite a bit. And it's helped to make all inventory effectively the same, especially when you talk about audience buying. And so we've had to do a bit of education for video. In the display world, where you have an unlimited amount of inventory on an infinite number of sites, then economics would say, supply and demand would say the price will go down. Whereas in video, we have the opposite. We have a shortage of quality inventory, and so when there's a demand for that inventory and the demand exceeds supply, we're actually seeing the price stay very, very healthy and in fact go up. So we're trading media for some of the broadcasters that we're working with around about the $48 mark, which is phenomenal. It's not something or a price that was set by us. The broadcaster set their floor price in numbers that they were comfortable in line with what their salespeople are selling, and the people who are buying the inventory for their campaigns were looking for audience and quality sites, and they were willing to pay for that, and so they were able to get that inventory. Now, not all inventory is traded at that level. That's certainly the upper limit of where we are, but premium inventory has been traded maybe 10–15% less than that, depending on the publisher's floor prices. It's for us to be the gateway between the buyers and the sellers. So we don't own the inventory. We don't buy an inventory and then try and resell it. We connect buyers and sellers. So we take responsibility for trying to bring on the liquidity in supply to make that available to the demand that's coming in more and more now from the trading desks. So it's probably going to be the biggest limiting factor. We set out this year with 3 goals to try and talk the same language as TV buyers. Up till now, you sit down with a TV buyer and start talking about data targeting and all these kind of things that in digital we're very used to. And it was a difficult conversation to have. So we spent a lot of time over the last year or so and focused down on 3 key areas: price, the price of the inventory, the quality of the inventory, and the measurement. So price is always flexible. I think if there's enough money to be spent, price can be negotiated. The measurement is being taken care of by and large, particularly by Nielsen, who are providing the tracking for that, the verification. So now we're left with quality. And the general consensus is that the availability of quality inventory is going to be the limiting factor. If TV budgets start to follow the audience, it's not that people are watching less TV, it's that they're doing other things. They're watching on a tablet or they're watching on a mobile phone, and the budgets have not flown in that direction as yet for a number of different reasons. And that's what we're trying to focus on with our price, quality and measurement, and encouraging the big broadcasters, encouraging those who have the high quality inventory to take another look. When you go and speak to them and say, you don't have to worry because you can set your floor price. You can decide how much inventory goes in here. You can have a private connection between you and the buyer. So the amount of control that they can have is very, very good. And we're pleased to say that those who get involved think it's great. So we work with a client called RTE, which is Radio Tele Sheraton in Ireland. And they have the best quality imagery, the premium broadcaster in Ireland. And they have traffic in most English-speaking worlds that Irish people have emigrated to. So there's quite a good audience outside of Ireland. And they had to make a decision. Do they go and set up a US office, an Australian office, and a UK office to try and monetize this inventory? And we had a meeting with them, and we said, well, we have connections in these areas. We have buyers in these markets who are looking for this quality inventory. So they listed, and they were able to generate the same and sometimes even better results and CPMs than they can get from the direct sales team in markets where they have no visible presence from a sales point of view.